Okay, now we have taken care of name. Okay, now let's look at gender. Okay, gender seems to be okay in terms of the data type, right? So data type is objects. That's good. But let's make sure that it does not have any erroneous values. So what we need to do is to do df1 gender, then see how many unique values there are. So if you do unique, then you see that it has F and M. That's good. Then there are some M star and F star. Okay. Now, how do you deal with that? Okay, so that depends upon how many there are and what that's supposed to be. Okay, so it's context dependent. Okay. For our purposes, let's say that we want to just get rid of that star and make M star into M and F star into F. So all we have to do is to replace the star into nothing, right? So df1 gender and replace. Okay. Now since there is just star, that should be replaced with nothing. But star is a special character in regular expression. So that needs to be escaped with a backslash. Okay. And then see regex equal to true. Okay. And then in place equal to true. And then we will do a unique again to check that it's done properly. Okay. So now the stars are gone. There are only two possible values, F and M, so that's good. Okay. All right. The next variable that we want to check is age. Now age has come in as floating point, which is good. Okay, so here is age. Age is good, but we want to make sure that there are no bad values. Like what if age is like 500 or something? So we know that there is a problem there, right? So let's do df1 age in years, right? Age in years, and let's do a describe. So that's going to give us descriptive statistics, like the smallest value, largest value, mean, median, things like that. Okay. So you run that. So there are 100 values. Mean is 39, so that's reasonable. Minimum value is 21. Maximum value is 59. So that seems reasonable. So this seems to be okay. All right. Next is year of joining. Let's see. Year of joining is object. Okay. So here year of joining 2003, 2008, and so on. This should be date, but it is coming in as an object. So that is a string, right? So there must be some problem here. So let's again look at, okay, when you have string object, you can look at unique values and then see if you have a manageable number of unique values, then you can visually go through and then see what the problem is. But if there are thousands of unique values, then that's not a feasible approach. But anyway, let's start with that. Okay. Year of joining unique. Okay. Now, if you look at this list, then you can see what the problem is, right? So if you keep looking through this, then you see here there is a letter O in place of 0. Okay, again here, in here, and here. So that seems to be the problem. It's just a typo. So if you can fix that, and if you're able to convert this into a date format, and if it converts without any error, then we're okay. Okay. So let's do df1, year of joining, right? And we replace. Here we're going to replace just one character with another character. So we don't need list. So O should be replaced with, now here if you put a 0, then the entire string will be replaced with just a 0. So what we need to do is to replace that as a string. Okay, and then regex equal to true, in place equal to true, and then we'll do this again to see whether everything is okay. Now true should be capitalized. Okay, so now you see that they're all the O's have been changed to 0, and hopefully no other problem exists, because when you're just eyeballing through, it's very easy to miss something. Okay, so now we're going to change the type from object to date. Okay, and again you have to now go back, if you don't, these things, you can't remember all the different date types. So you go back into the notes, or you go back in the book and then see what possible date formats there are, and then select one that's appropriate. And here we have date times 64 is a format that we can use. Okay, so we have to now do df1, right? Year of joining is equal to, so we're going to convert and put it back into the same column. df1, year of joining, right? Now as type, date times 64. Now if all these strings contain valid dates in them, then this conversion will take place without any error. But if there are more problems that we have not noticed, and there is some other problem there that make some of these year values not actually year, then there will be error. So in which case you have to go back to the drawing board and then see what the issue is. Okay. But if this runs okay, then we are good. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now the problem is here. I didn't. Okay, so now we have year of joining is okay, so date time. Okay, so that's good.